Minnesota is finally feeling a little bit more like spring. So on this beautiful sunny day where it's about 43, 44 degrees, I'm going to be doing a very quick check on our honeybees. I'm calling this a check because I'm really doing a very quick overview. I'm not doing a full inspection. I'm not going to be taking out any frames, digging into the hive at all. I'm doing just a quick once over to see how things are sitting. Even though it is getting warmer, I don't want to introduce a lot of cold air or anything into the hive. So like I said, not going to be pulling out any frames, anything like that. I'm going to pop the top off. I'm going to just take a peek and see if everything's hustling and bustling in there. I want to make sure there are plenty of frames of honey left. I really don't want to have to feed sugar. There's one of them right there. I really don't want to have to feed sugar water to them right now because that can get them kicked into extra high gear and they could actually start making brood, which I don't want them to be doing yet. It is too early in the season. They'd get too cold. They don't have enough to forage and eat, so I don't want them making brood right now. But I do need to make sure that they still have some honey to keep getting them through. The other thing I'm going to do on top of checking that they're all kind of running around in there and checking to make sure that they have enough honey stores, I'm going to be putting a pollen patty on. It is a pollen substitute, and as you may know, pollen is their protein. They're not going to get that same kind of oomph from honey or their sugar water. So I'm going to be throwing that in to make sure that they've got that little extra oomph with them. Let's pop the top off and take a peek. I am feeling awesome about the health of our ladies right now. I have been able to get into the hive. I checked and just did a little peek and was able to see that there are about 3 or 4 frames. I didn't get too deep into it, but I know there are at least 3 or 4 frames that have a decent amount of honey on them. And then I was also able to throw that pollen patty in there. The other thing that makes me feel really good about them is they are crazy active right now. I don't want them to be too active when it's getting colder. It's important that they're in there, they're huddled in and they're clustered, but with all of the food stores that they still have and the fact that it's a pretty warm day out, and that means that there's plenty of opportunity for them to be bringing out their dead and things like that, I'm still feeling pretty good. There were tons of bees in there, so clearly they've had a really strong population survive the winter, which also makes me feel fantastic. They actually were significantly more vociferous and aggressive than I had expected. I had not expected them to be this active at this time, so I didn't put on a head net, and that was definitely a mistake. I had to scoot myself out of there a little bit when I was peeking in and taking a look at the frames. Again, I wasn't pulling them out or anything. I was just kind of peeking my head in to look, and they were not a huge fan of that. So, you know, you learn. I did not expect to need that head net right now, but I will make sure that I always have it with me even when I think there's no need. But anyway, the overall theme here is I'm happy, the bees are happy, the bees are healthy, and I'm quite confident we're going to have a strong hive going into the spring and summer. While you are here, make sure you stop down to that subscribe button and give that a little push. We will post lots more videos about our beekeeping journey. We're also launching our vegetable garden this year. We are making maple syrup. We've got a ton of other things to build around the homestead. So please keep checking back. I know we'll have a lot of fun stuff going on that you'll enjoy watching and that you'll maybe learn a little bit from. So hit that subscribe and hit the little bell notification by it so you get an update every time we post something. We'll see you next time here at the Minnesota Homestead.